the world's most remarkable telescope, presently circling space, will offer new devices to resolve the ageless inquiry regarding life known to man. Are we alone on Earth? Until this point, the main life we know about is here on Earth. Since the start of civilization, individuals have puzzled over whether there is life somewhere else in the universe. In 1984, American cosmologists Jill Tarter and Thomas Pierson set off a task called Search for Extra-Terrestrial Intelligence, SETI, devoted to that interstellar chase. The not-for-profit foundation was intended to get radio transmissions from space. Radio transmissions can travel significant distances since they are less dissipated or consumed contrasted with different kinds of radiation, making them bound to be recognized by the 42 radio telescopes that make up the standout Allen telescope array in the Cascade Mountains of California. However, for a considerable length of time, no confirmed outsider sign has been gotten. Examining exoplanets. Presently, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, has been effectively conveyed to help the hunt. With its enormous mirror and super touchy indicators, the world's most remarkable telescope, drifting around 1 million miles from Earth, will inspect numerous far-off neglected planets circling far-off stars. Quite a while back, no different planets were known separated from those in our planetary group. Be that as it may, from that point forward, more than 4,000 different planets, called the exoplanets, have been found circling different stars. NASA appraises that the genuine number of exoplanets could be trillions. The main indications of something going on under the surface past our nearby planet group could emerge out of extraterrestrial vegetation. The Galileo rocket, en route to Jupiter, pointed its instruments back to Earth and got the unmistakable sign of the presence of plants. It recognized the vegetation red edge, VRE, biosignature, a combination of red and infrared light that is reflected by plants. The JWST will quantify the VRE of far-off Earth-like planets in the tenable zone around stars, and assuming there is a planet canvassed in the wilderness, for instance, it ought to have an enormous VRE signal that ought to be not difficult to distinguish. There could be significant indications of something going on under the surface in the structure of the environments of the exoplanets. When an exoplanet passes across the essence of its star, daylight goes through its environment and could be gotten by the JWST. Spectroscopy would then be utilized to find which frequencies are absent from the light. Iotas and atoms in the environment ingest specific frequencies and thusly pass on a remarkable unique finger impression for the JWST to identify. In like that, the creation of the climate is not set in stone and the presence of life is potentially deduced. If Earth-sized planets were found to have air like our home planet, that is, containing essentially oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide, that planet could almost certainly uphold living things. Innovative life could maybe be distinguished by searching for the presence of synthetics that don't happen normally. Assuming that outsiders took a gander at the climate of Earth in good ways, they would likely see chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, which were fabricated for use in refrigeration and cleaning materials. Jacob Hockmisra at the Blue Marble Space Institute in Seattle has recommended that if the JWST identified CFCs in exoplanet airs, that would be an obvious sign that development is there. Perceiving life. Living things on exoplanets could look in no way like life on Earth. Here and there even life on Earth can appear to be outsiders, for example, extremophile organic entities. This is a class of organic entities, generally microorganisms, that live in incredibly unforgiving conditions where life is beyond the realm of possibilities for other residing animals. Some inhabit extremely high temperatures, up to 250 Fahrenheit. Others endure outrageous chilly, as low as 4 Fahrenheit. A few live areas of strength for and with pH under 3, and there are different puts on Earth where we wouldn't anticipate tracking down life by any stretch of the imagination. Nonetheless, it very well may be reasonable at first to begin seeing Earth-like planets where life is almost certain. As opposed to those planets that have a temperature of 250 Fahrenheit, for example, or are washed and corrosive. Prime up-and-comers could have a temperature where fluid water could frame on a superficial level, and they're circling a steady star. Our Sun is delegated a G-type yellow star. In any case, these stars will quite often be fleeting and more uncommon in space as far as we might be concerned. The almost certain subject of study could be planets in a circle around the various red small stars, which are marginally cooler and less radiant than our Sun. These stars have significantly longer lifetimes, so there is an additional opportunity for life to fire up, and advancement has an additional opportunity to foster confounded living things. First target. The main task for JWST is to take a gander at an exoplanet framework called TRAPPIST-1, which is 40 light-years from us. This comprises 7 roughly Earth-sized planets in a circle around a cool red small star. 3 of the rough planets are in the alleged livable zone, and that implies they could have fluid water on their surfaces. The TRAPPIST-1 star is just 1/10 the mass of our Sun and is a lot cooler, however the planets circle near the star so they get light levels like here on Earth. Whether there is life elsewhere in the universe is one of the main inquiries in science. The universe may be abounding with life, or perhaps we are distant from everyone else, marooned in a desolate world in the immeasurability of room. The authoritative response, one way or the other, will probably require significant mental and philosophical changes for mankind. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please let us know by hitting the like button. And if you like this type of content, then be sure to subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.